Welcome back. Well, next up is Saturday Tribune, and above the mast, Ondo government declares crisis over our Memorial Park demolition. Result on page 3. Kwara United Abakaliki FC in Battle Royale today. Below the Saturday Tribune's mast, Shetina's fate on shore as Ganduje loses out in APC power play. With rider Dalori from Borno to act as national chairman. Moving on, Tinubu embarks on 2-nation tour to St. Lucia, Brazil, page 4. Yaya Bello 6 courts leave to travel abroad. And finally, on Saturday Tribune, Afenifere Pandev SMBLF mourn ex-Kwara Governor Adebayo's transition on page 4. Finally, on Saturday Punch, on rape, Speed Darlington kicks as NAPTIP declares singer wanted. Real reason Abacha couldn't kill Tinubu's mother, coming from MKO Abiola's son, Jamiu. While APC National Chairman Ganduje resigned. Only written in front of the National Daily, Wike Fubara feud. Governors, supporters clash over peace deal. Riders, it's surrender, not reconciliation, coming from ex-commissioner. Resolution climax of Tinubu's efforts, says ex-reps member. Deadly jealousy, blood bruises as ladies fight dirty over men. 14 Chinese face deportation for aiding terrorism in Nigeria. Border policemen raped us en route to Libya, coming from returnee. And finally, on Saturday Punch, Ogun final year student commits suicide after suspension for exam malpractice. Well, that's as much we can take on today's episode of Newspaper Headlines. Over to our newspaper review. Our in-house analyst, Chris, the Oracle Maduka himself, is present to do justice to our newspaper review. Good morning, Chris. Thank you for joining us again and again. In fact, I should thank you for being available again and again and again.
Thank you.
We don't take it for granted. You are appreciated.
Thank you, Chigi. We also appreciate you. It takes two to tango.
Absolutely.
When you appreciate me, I appreciate you. We have more peace.
That's right.
Also, thank you for being here and brightening our new day every day.
Always my joy.
All right, let's start from the down one.
I'm thinking Ganduje. I'm thinking Ganduje stories.
The Gandhi, my friend Gandhi, the politics in the bigger, mega party in power. You know, I told you that my father said that it is where you have more people, you have more death. That was actually and more problems.
Where my mind went to right now. I'm thinking, you remember the cartoonist that gave an illustration of a bus?
Beautiful new brand new bus, the other rickety one.
Well-fed men, boarding the bus.
And I warned.
And I'm wondering, are there boulders in front of this bus? Are we seeing the beginning of, the chaos now rising from the situation your father described?
No, you see, if you are very fat, and you know what, those days we travel by night bus because we don't have money as students. They will give you a small seat, and those ones who paid for full seat will occupy. That's how you have 52 sitting, 52 standing.
Attachment.
Now you call it attachment. Now, when some of the people who are jumping bus are fat and are not sporty, and they can't stand or take a below chair, they will struggle for already a seat, and some people already occupying those seats. I wonder about it. You jump bus, and now some of those get up, make I sit down, may have played out in my friend Gandhi's. There have been a lot of speculations. Some people say uncertainty.
He resigned. On the other hand, they say he was forced to. He said he resigned based on health issues, and then
there must be a reason. You more believe said, so there must be reason, and don't forget that Ganduje is a politician. you know, in the party that whether he resigned or forced to resign or willingly resigned or retired, they are politicians and they are a political party. It's not a religious party. So with whatever any Nigerian politicians are telling you, you have to chew it for so many times before you swallow. Otherwise, over time, I've known Nigerian politicians to always find a way of talking from both sides of their mouth. So before you really know what's the problem, you are in for it. So you better keep them at fire and they talk about themselves. And of course, government money for government house. There are enough of big men who have either the ones who are jumped and are standing waiting to sit down, and become the survival of the fittest. If you put the person who already sitting there for too long, and you have to sit down, and he say, I have to sit down.
The big men are not ready to take the back seat. They want to, take the seat of the people who are already,
don't just say that me talk out. All I'm saying is that Biaben Nifei, come to my house, something follow up. There's always a price. APC opened the big door and said, come, all you that are politically laden in a political party that is dying, you are welcome. Our yoke is light. It's not like that of Satan, other satanic parties that exist that give you heavy yoke. Come, our yoke is easy. They opened their boss. And the boss has a capacity. And they didn't tell us the capacity, but the cartoonist drew a boss of APC, meaning that it can be filled and then some people can sit on top of it, even on the tire. There's space everywhere in the boss to sit. But then, what might be consuming some already existing politicians within APC might be, where do I sit? I don't deserve to sit down on the ground. I don't deserve to sit down in Obelo chair. I deserve a more comfortable seat. So they have to resolve it. But we have to know one down. I don't know how many to go. Because the person who is down is one of the biggest fish. So these are the price you pay when you open your doors and say, come, all you that are politically laden. APC will give you rest.
Look at what Tribune is saying. Saturday Tribune says Shetina's fate on show as Gandhi loses out in APC campaign. What are your thoughts?
Yes, when we have talked about our Shetty, our friend Shetty, I don't know why the two proponents of peace, what they call that APC mantra, is a government of peace or something of hope and of hope.
Renewed hope.
Renewed hope. The two candidates that were driving the train of renewed hope has gotten it to a certain point. And I wonder, why should two of us, Chigi, go hunting? Midway, you look back and say, Chris, your leg looks like that of an antelope. It's suspicious. So we are saying, will it be that whatever is happening to all the big men that has consumed the chairman of all chairmen in APC might also have an issue to deal with Shetima? They said about 6 governors are eyeing that seat. They say what is good for the geese is also good for the gander. Now, meaning that some people say, I didn't come to APC to watch, to be at the back seat. I want to have a test of. So, which they are all is their right. But then, in every situation, a price must be paid. My father said, no, Dodi. In everywhere you find peace and harmony, there is always somebody who is ready to say, okay, let me get up, sit down, if that will bring us peace. I don't think the other party, which is a party turned from being the mega party at the center to becoming the mega opposition. Now, they can't even place them anywhere. PDP manage their own very well because it has been, if you push me, I go push you. You do me, I go do you. And they do themselves up to the point that as of yesterday, you can't say P. The P is lost because the people there are no more. What you have there is D. And so until they start getting back the people together, and the sooner they do it because they have opportunity. Now that even the people that are following, what does it tell you in Nigerian political scene? What is in Sokoto is in Sokoto. Everywhere. They are politicians and they come from one source. They are just like commercial sex workers. When they change location, they look like brand new. That's the proverb of bone and silence. Akuna change your location. Sorry, it's not said. Commercial sex workers, when they change the location, they become brand new. I'm not talking from experience, so no look at my eyes. I'm just using proverb.
I didn't say anything.
I know. But that's why anyway, So that is about the situation. It's one down, don't know how many. Probably if you say two is shaky, already the NWC have met, or APC, and they're saying, oh, Sheti, we are not sure you are still going to go with the renewed hope. Why not be... The other time you were conductor of Renewed Hope bus, why not take the back seat, let somebody else be the conductor? And by the way, what does it take to be a vice in a Nigerian political dispensation? Just a spare tire. You only need it when there's a flat tire. Mm-hmm. And some of them that have good new tire, this way economy is, you can run that tire for 6 years without changing. You may not have need for spare tire. So anybody somebody I said the other day, Barao, they were saying, put me there, I will do anything you want, Jagaban, So if your people are already vocal and said they want that position. So it's left for my brother Sheti to now say, because it's only a 3, that will tell you 3, I'll cut you down today, and you stand there. This is also time for Sheti to show them that he is also a politician. That you don't go... What they say, go, mouth cannot visit a mouth and go empty. So that's how you're going to find some heated up political maneuvers and horse trading of rat rates, chop dog until 2007. We started on good time, so a lot of people might flatten up before we get there. So we watch out. As Nollywood will tell you, this is just part 1. Stand by for next edition of the drama, according to
we're
the
here,
big party.
and our job is to analyze.
By God's grace, we are here. We are here for a long time.
Moving on.
The reason why Abacha couldn't kill Tinubu's mother, the woman may have been God helping her, whatever is about history. But for her, you can't, what do you say, the Abiola was the person who won election, and some people decided to annul the election. The Nadeko people forget easily, who came up and said no, not in Nigeria. They fought the federal government to stand still. That even when the truth came, that was why they have to go back to that area the government offended and said, we have to look for Papa Yabo, OBJ, and said, get ready to be Nigerian president. We know about how the great man of then, Babangida, and his son flew into Ota in a private jet and told Obasanjo to get ready to be Nigerian president. 2 weeks after he left the Abacha Gulag. But how the whole thing played out and then got to this point. So, for the mother of Tinubu, because when your son is fighting and then on the field, fighting and getting, when they don't see you, they will trap your wife or your children and mother. Because the Igbos know, the proverb said, when you each one, each don't walk. So it must be a string attached when you get the mother, probably that. But they had Jagaban, they didn't even care. He is just fighting in the trenches and he doesn't care. So God must have helped the mother. I've not read the full details, but whatever saved the Abacha from killing Tinubu's mother must be part of God, hand of God, working out in the affairs of. But it's Jamiu, MK's son, that is telling us about this story.
Yes.
All these are part of the story that we tell, so that we begin to play back and drop some of those old baggages of memory that's pulling Nigeria down.
So Wike Fubara feud, Governor.
Yes, that's the big one.
Clash over peace deal. Some are saying this is not reconciliation; it's surrender. What do you think?
Well, you know that aka babamba ukweji up here. When two people that are not equal get involved in a wrestling bout, if hand no break, leg go break. Which reconciliation? With who? Who are you reconciling with? The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria saw two brothers who cannot share my legendary banana. They got two bananas. Wike and Fubara could not share a banana. That they saw fingers of banana naturally as it is. One is bigger and they say, hey, it must be equal, it must be equal. The Adaka, that's the chimpanzee, saw them and say, hey, two monkeys, you can't share banana that God just gave you, eh? I'm here to share. That is the analogy. What Jagaban, the president of Nigeria, did in River State. And when the thing calmed down, you guys are recovering from your deluge of anger, of who kill me, I kill you, push me, I push you, who go win the bout. There is now quietness. You are going back, and the man said, are you now ready? Is your anger subside? You say you are going there as equal. Who? If you go back there and annoy him, he will stand in the emergency rule. So who is talking all this? Who is against who? It wasn't. My only concern is about democracy. Now, in the first where the first newspaper we read here, conditions of Ubara return as Tinubu broadcast truce. Now, the people of River State elected a governor. Then another elected officer at a higher level found the problem and put a state of emergency. Now, he's the person who is now putting conditions for settlement. So, they played into the hand of the President of Federal Republic of Nigeria. So, the issue must be settled at his own terms. That's me. So, all these ones that are talking from both sides of their mouth, you will ask them, when Wike and Fubara were fighting to kill themselves, where were they? They probably were siding, hey, hit him at the jaw, hey, hit him here. Now that the president stepped in and there's calm, and people of River State are getting life, and then forgotten about it and say, settle yourselves. Some people at the side, the same people that will stay on the side and be clapping while two brothers are killing themselves, are now saying whether, let them leave this one, let them go to Asoroka, ask Jagaba, and ask him about the condition. Otherwise, there's nothing there. Workers' financial insecurity deepen amid violation of pension law. When you see a fellow slave we see where another slave died and being buried, he will know evidently this is how his own or her burial will be. You are workers working in Nigerian civil service system or in offices. You find that the people who already retired after working are crutching their walking sticks, going for data verification after every day. They'll call you, you go for this month. Your children who are not employed will gather around you, holding you, grandpa, managed to go. They say they called us to the stadium to, you do this and do this. Some of them will go to the stadium for verification biodata. They will return as cops. These are a lot of violations. Who sues them? Who sues the government? When somebody has worked for 35 years, you will call him today for violation, verification. Call him tomorrow. All the men and women, even some of them don't have teeth in their mouth again. They require only a camo to survive. They can't give them the money. Now, they violate this thing, and some of them are dying away without getting this. In Africa, we believe in the blessing of elders, and some of them will die cursing Nigeria. So when there are problems everywhere, you don't know what we are suffering. When a worker who has sacrificed his life, there's a viral video of a policeman say he retired and they call him to say 1 million naira is 2 million is him. 35 years, you give me 3 million in this economy. He said the federal government do not do something, he will take it himself. That's another potential terror. He said he's not threatening anybody, but he'll go about himself. Only God knows what he has in mind. That's about pension. We have a lot of violation. Nigerian pension system is dog eat dog. Even some people in service will make sure When even you retire, you can't get your gratuity. You begin to sort to them. Blood money. Some of them will not get to it before they die. And people will gather and say, hey, some of what we are doing, we cost it. So, that's it. There's violation in pension. Any people who do not value their heroes of their past and their labor, it was in our national anthem. The labors of our heroes past shall not be in vain. This is only country where 95% of the labors of our hero past are laughed away. We wish them away. And we think we can stay in peace. After looking at the physical causes of our problem, let's look at the spiritual angle, because Nigeria is both physically and spiritually burdened. Only God knows. But we have to sort this problem out looking everywhere, because they know the beautify fight. Oh, they know the beautify fight. I know our time is going. Let's see which other one we take. Kenyan court affirms Kanu's rights violation, awards him 10 million Kenyan shillings damage. If it was when Naira used to be okay, you would say 10 million Kenyan shillings is nothing. But now, in conversion, I saw a newspaper headline where they converted and said it's about 110 million Naira. You know, in Kenya, it used to be a time when you change $1 there, you look for wheelbarrow. Now, Kenyan money is stabilized, and then for 10 million Kenyan money to exchange, it's not confirmed to about 110 million Naira.
I'm more impressed with
there was a time Idi Amin in his film said, the manager, when he was saying there was problem in Kenya, Idi Amin said, manager, print more money. And the manager said, sir, Mr. President, it's not just like that. Yeah. Our money is useless. It's as worthless as toilet paper. The man said, hey, you call Ugandan money shit money? He said, Malamugu, show him what to do with shit. And his case was decided. I'm not saying anything near that so that my case will not be decided like Idi Amin. Our money is depreciating. It's not as it used to be. As we are talking this morning, no $1 change at about an average of 1,700 Naira at the official rate, not black market. What does that mean is that at a point where Nigerian money used to be 60 kobo to $1, not up to 1 Naira. Now, check the depreciation. If it is for good, if it's not, the history and people who are in Nigeria will decide whether this is good for us.
Do you think this judgment will in any way help Kanu's case here in Nigeria?
Well, this is medicine after death. The same Kenyan government were there, and they have been accused of complicit about a citizen who entered their country legally, and you opened eye, connived, and allowed him to be taken away. History will judge the Kenyan government about not protecting somebody they're supposed to protect. And the person is taking, whether you are awarding billions of Naira or Kenyan shillings, it's totally not going to make that confidence. You have broken it in his mind and the mind of generation of people who are going to come through in their life. They will not forget that Kenya disappointed one of their own. And that's what it is.
All right, God bless you, Chris. God bless Nigeria. As always, don't go anywhere. New Day continues right after now with our weekend retrospects. Do stay with us.
See Nature TV. News in your pocket.